Apex Legends has been the new game to really take the world by storm over the past couple of days, really. I was, listen, I was among the people who was not willing to give this game a chance when I first heard about it last week. Free to play, Battle Royale, EA. I mean, that's basically three strikes and you're out in the year 2019. But then the game dropped, and then I played it and I couldn't put it down. That's why there really wasn't any Mario on Monday, besides the fact it was also, well, my birthday, and I was really busy with stuff with that as well. I was busy playing Apex. That game is unreal. It very well might be my new favorite Battle Royale game. And I've been playing Fortnite for a good while, and I've thought Fortnite is a pretty decent game and was the Battle Royale to beat, but Apex Legends might just be one-upping it in really most ways that count, and it just came out and only really has one mode with 3 players and only 60 players on a small map. Put that on paper and it's like, it doesn't sound all that good, but then you play it, and Respawn Entertainment absolutely knocked this game's gunplay out of the park. Listen, it's a lot like Titanfall, and it's really a spin-off from Titanfall, but Respawn really put in basically all of the gunplay from Titanfall into this game, and if you've played Titanfall 1 and even Titanfall 2 as well, you know how good the gunplay is in that game and how smooth and quick and responsive it is, and it fits this game like a glove. And what was more shocking to me was the hero shooter elements, a la Overwatch or Paladins, that are also in this game too. If you followed me back in 2016, you know I did not like Overwatch all that much. I think it's one of the most overrated games ever made, and I stand by every word. But the hero shooter elements, somehow it works, okay? Listen, a hero shooter mixed with a battle royale does not sound like it would work very well on paper. And you play Overwatch and you know that's probably true. Overwatch has its main meta characters who's better than everyone else, and everyone usually sticks to those characters. At least in the competitive scene, I'm pretty sure that's true. I mean, I'm not exactly a competitive Overwatch player, but you know, it's the meta. It's how a lot of online games work. And that shouldn't translate very well to a Battle Royale game where everything is built around balance and, of course, looting, and whoever gets the best loot. Obviously, that helps. But a Battle Royale game is very much built around everyone being equal, at least in some way, shape, or form. And obviously, when it comes to different heroes and whatnot, there's going to be some that are better than others, but give all the credit in the world to Respawn. They make it work. Every hero that you can pick as, or play as, I should say, they all have their abilities that set them apart from the others, but none of them are overpowered, at least from what I've seen so far. Obviously, some have pretty good abilities, but nothing is blowing anyone out of the water over here. Even my favorite, the Lifeline character, she has her heal drone, which is really nice, and her care package in the early to mid game is awesome if you're not getting very good loot. But, I mean, once you get to the late game, her care package really becomes useless. If you call it in, you risk giving her position away, and you're going to probably have 3 teams up your asshole in about 3 seconds. But everyone's so well balanced. Even the Wraith character, she's been one of my friend's mains really since the game came out on Monday. And she's got pretty decent abilities. She's a lot like Reaper in Overwatch. She has that, like, phase out thing where she can't be damaged, but her teleporter, which is her ult, is really not super amazing by any stretch of the imagination. You can put your beginning thing down, go to your end, and then warp back and forth between the two. I mean, it's amazing. The hero shooter genre shouldn't mix well with a battle royale, but Respawn makes it work so well that it makes you wonder how nobody had thought of it beforehand. But one of the few, very, very few problems I actually find with this game, one of them is the Titanfall slide. You can slide in this game, but you can't like do it on command, and that kind of sucks because I love Titanfall 1. It's one of my favorite games from this generation of games. And or consoles I should probably say. But being able to slide whenever you want really was able to add a good skill-based, I guess, quirk if you want to put in close-range combat. And not being able to do that in this game kind of sucks because I'll find myself trying to slide, but you have to get like a good running sprint going before you can slide in Apex. And I find myself screwing up and just randomly crouching, like looking to my right, like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm not playing Titanfall. I'm getting my shit kicked in as a result. But that and no wall running, I really wish there was wall running. It's not a huge thing I'm missing, but I kind of feel like maybe they were testing it without wall running, and then they might add in a mode with wall running in it, because mother of God, I would love this game if it had wall running in it even more than I do now. It's a fantastic game as it stands, don't get me wrong. But if there was wall running in this game, yes, it would have to be nerfed into oblivion. I get that aiming would have to be a complete and total joke. But the wall running would be so awesome. It would add a very cool strategic element to things. You could like wall run around the side of cliffs and whatnot and maybe ambush an opposing team that's camping their asses off. That would just be so cool to pull off on like a late game with the zone closing in. But those are literally, if I sit here and think of what doesn't work in this game, that's it. Those are you can make an argument that those are nitpicks. You can't slide and you can't wall run. The game is fantastic as is, and those are, like I said, probably two very big nitpicks. But it's a fantastic game. I just wish those two things were in, or at least tweaked a little bit. But the other thing that literally puts this game over the moon for me is the UI. Battle Royale games, almost by nature, have horrendous user interfaces when it comes to inventory management. And this game might have the best inventory and UI I have seen in a video game. I'm not sugarcoating that. It's amazing. The inventory is so easy to manage. It's right there, right in front of you. Everything's color-coded so you know exactly what is what, where it is, what attachment it is, if it's an attachment, ammo, guns. It's all color-coded so well. As a graphic designer and someone who, like, probably could, if I sat here and, like, made out video game UIs, I'd like to think I'd have a pretty good idea of knowing how to make a good one. This is like UI freaking heaven for me. It's so easy to just swap attachments between guns. It's from a push of a button. If you pick up a gun that has compatible attachments, they're automatically switched over. It's an absolute godsend for someone who's suffered through PUBG on a controller in that horrendous UI. Fortnite isn't too bad since there isn't really like attachments and whatnot. So you don't really spend any time in a Fortnite inventory screen unless you're dropping ammo or something. So it's not too bad. Fortnite is okay. But I love this game's UI and inventory system so much. It blows Blackout, Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Battle Royale mode Blackout, just completely out of the water in terms of UI. I still to this day don't know who designed the menus for Blackout and Call of Duty Black Ops 4 in general, because it's literally like worse than, it's like a high schooler who had literally no clue what they were doing designed a freaking menu system in that game. And Apex is everything I always wanted it to be. And that's really what it comes down to, actually. Apex Legends is what Call of Duty Blackout wishes it was. And it's so hilarious to see now because Respawn has basically one-upped Call of Duty ever since they split off from them. Titanfall 1 was freaking massively influential in how first-person shooters evolved over the past like 4 or 5 years. Titanfall 2 was unfortunately sabotaged by EA more than anything. And they released that game in between Battlefield and Call of Duty and basically sent it to its death. But Apex really shows that Respawn knows how to still make one hell of a good shooter. And they took the Battle Royale mode by storm. They one-upped Call of Duty once again, and goddamn does it feel good. Apex Legends, I'm telling you right now, you gotta play this game. It's free to play. It is an absolute blast if you have friends. It's intense. It's fast. I'm not going to sit here and be a shill and say, Battle Royale games are so worn out by now. I don't play that game. I play good games. If a game's good, I'm going to play it, and I'm probably going to say it's good. Apex Legends is a pretty freaking amazing game. And yeah, I'll even say Fortnite's a good game. Its fan base is complete and total freaking cancer. So is freaking Undertale's, and a lot of people say Undertale's a good game. Granted, I haven't played it, but there you go. Take that as you will. Apex Legends is amazing. If you like multiplayer games, if you like Battle Royale games, it's free to play. Give it a shot. If you got friends, you're going to have a blast. Let me tell you that much. Thanks for watching.